Hey guys, what's going on? Josh here from Polymathics, the YouTube channel that helps you become a modern day Renaissance man. And in this video, this is going to be a really quick video. I made a really long video addressing this topic, but this one I just want hopefully 2 to 5 minutes. So one of the viewers named Fun Stuff asked, what is the difference or transition period between the meeting of the goddess and the woman as a temptress? So I did a really long video explaining the differences in great detail, but this one's just gonna be quick. The main thing to keep in mind is that it's not all in both of these. It's not in both stages. It's not always a female that represents the goddess or the tempter, and it can even be not a male. It could be a neutral figure, such as like a robot or an alien race or some neutral species. Okay. The other thing to keep in mind really quick is that the meeting with the goddess is a enlightenment phase, which means the hero is directly involved, whereas the temptation phase stage is more, the hero can definitely be involved, but you can have multiple temptations, and the hero's team is normally tempted as well and challenged. So keep that in mind, including there are even some stories that will tempt the antagonist as well during this stage, and it can come in many different forms. It could be not necessarily the major antagonist. A lot of times it's one of the henchmen, or who you thought, basically who's called the fake opponent, somebody who was kind of against the hero for a while, but finally through this temptation they kind of show their true colors, that they are actually with the hero. But in any event, lots of people can be tempted during this phase, not just the hero. It's not always a woman. And so let's get into this real quick. The meeting of the goddess, or what I like to call the meeting of the divine, there's a couple key things. The goddess represents power, normally a godlike power, and they're depicted in either two ways: extremely elegant or extremely disgusting, like an old crone with warts and slimy hair. There's no in between. Usually you see either a beautiful figure or an ugly figure. The other thing is that the goddess can be represented as a parent figure, which is what I believe to be the true form of the goddess, but also it can be a sibling / lover, meaning somebody that's the same age as the hero, or a child as well. And I can't go into detail with that, but keep that in mind. So the being has power. The being they represent a balance, and because this is a enlightenment stage for the hero. So this focuses on what it means to the hero. And because of that, if your hero is male, normally the divine figure will be female. If your hero is female, the divine figure will be male. And in some cases, again, you can have an androgynous robot, alien species, something else. Maybe they're male or female, but sexually they mean nothing to the hero. And the purpose of this individual is that they represent balance. And the first types of balance that people can find in their lives, the first type of enlightenment, is the balance between the masculine energy and the feminine energy. Thus, that's why the hero and the genders have to be combined in such a manner. That individual, the divine, is going to give the hero in a mission, and this mission is going to be essentially the impossible task. It's going to be the hardest thing that the hero has done thus far on like the road of trials and stuff. And basically the road to trials is over, and now it's like, hey, this is the pop quiz. And what this task does is it sends the hero into the descent into the approach of the cave, where they go into this dark place that's like a dungeon or a labyrinth or whatever, in search of normally the boon. And in order to get the boon, they're going to have to face a dragon, monster, minotaur, disgusting, grotesque creature that represents their flaw. Okay, with all that out of the way. Now, once that happens, it could be either immediately or along that descent into darkness, the whole entire descent, it could be, the team, not just the hero, will be, and sometimes the antagonist, will be tempted in three major ways. The first way is they'll be tempted to leave the mission because there are other things, right? The temptation should normally revolve around the hero or the sidekick or whoever. It should revolve around their weakness. So if they want a promotion, the promotion finally comes. If they like alcohol, there's a drink sitting in front of them. The third thing, or the second thing, so that they're tempted by something that appeals to their flaw, or they're tempted to just leave the mission because, you know, it would be easier. And you got to remember, the key thing about being a hero is you have to complete the mission and bring the boon back. So that's a huge deal on the journey. And then the third thing would be fear. Any way to scare any of the characters to try to leave or quit is also another good temptation. So, and again, you know, there may be sexual temptation, but it doesn't have to be a girl, it doesn't have to be a guy. It could be any type of temptation you can think of that's gonna, the best, I believe, are thematic, meaning that they deal with the theme, which normally deals with the hero's flaw, or other flaws that revolve around that which you've given to your other characters. So hopefully this has helped kind of explain those transitions and the differences. Not 5 minutes, but close enough. All right, take it easy. Bye.